Hi everyone, it's Deborah. I'm working on a challenge for the PPCC Facebook group, which is Paper Possibilities Crazy Crafters, and the challenge is to create some altered tickets. So I'm starting with a base of the tickets themselves, which are these ones, and I've pulled them apart. These come in a 2-pack, two together. So I've pulled it apart and I just thought maybe I'd put some layers down on the back. That's the other side, but this will be the front. And you're only allowed to use scraps, buttons and stamps, or stamping. So I've got my stamps out. These are my Tim Holtz Field Notes, CMS 396 if you're wondering. And I will put some down on here now. So I just have to work out what's going to go on here. Let's see. The ink I'm using is the Distress ink. This one's in ground espresso, Distress oxide in ground espresso. And I thought that might be a good colour because it's brown and it'll kind of fit in with everything else that I'm doing. That's blurred a little bit, but that's okay. I just have to get myself a little bit organised here. I just want to see this stamp here as well. This would be a good one, I think. And just put it up the right way and put a little received mark up there. That looks okay, doesn't it? Yes. And now I've got some buttons. So these are various little buttons, just things. I've got a little box there full of them. And I think that one's too big, actually. I need to find something that's a bit teamier. Maybe this little one. Yeah, that's much better. It's lovely and warm here today. I do have a jumper on, but it's still lovely and warm. Now that's got a raised side and a concave side. I might put it with the raised side up, I think. Yeah, I will actually. Yes, I've just been out for a little walk and it's beautiful outside and celebrating my retirement. I retired yesterday. It was my last day at work. My boss was in denial, but nonetheless, I'm done working now. That's quite cute. Yeah, okay. Let's do another one. So yeah, I'm super happy because I don't have to go to work ever again, which is wonderful. Let's do another one on this piece, this other piece here. See if I can tear the edges rather than cutting the edges of this one. So these would just be little bits of ephemera that you could put into a journal. I do want to cut these little bits here out though. Yeah, I think maybe I prefer it with the trimmed edges. You get more of the ticket shape if you trim the edges. And I do want to cut the little edges out, from the corners, because that's what visually makes it into a ticket. It's not great at the moment. Let's try and fix it a little bit. I've gone a bit crooked when I've cut it, that's why. That's okay, it'll do. That'll do. And now I'll see about what other stamp. I really like this stamp. I think that was really good. It's really cute the way you get a little bit on there. And I should have put some stuff down first. What else have I got? Here you go. So I've kept this funny little bit of paper. It's got a little number on here which says 36. I quite like that. So I could put that maybe up here. No, doesn't look any good. What about there? I might put something under it first. Let's see. Okay, there's just some little bits of words from the bottom and the tops of the pages that I was cutting. I'm going to put this down here. I've got some more ideas in my head, probably too many ideas to execute, but one thing I'm looking at the moment is doing a journal, or sorry, not a journal. I'm looking at doing a stitching project. I'm not the best at slow stitching, so it won't be that fancy stuff that some of the other ladies are doing, because I'm just no good at it. But I want to do a stitching project so that I can put the things that I've got on, the things that, you know, sentimental things, onto a piece of lace or something. Just working out what I'm going to put it on, and then so that I can keep it, because I have a lot of things at the moment that are kind of sitting in a drawer, things that belong to my mum and dad and my grandparents and things like that, and I want to kind of get those out of the drawer and put them onto something with a bit of a story, a bit of text about what they are, so that once I'm not around anymore, people will be able to see that and they'll know, you know, what that was all about. Because otherwise I'm concerned that people will come along and just throw things away. I guess it won't bother me, but you know, when I think about it now, it would bother me. It's very hard when people pass away and you've got all this stuff, and I know you can't keep it all, but look at that. Let's bring this up to the camera for you. What's happening is when I'm stamping, particularly like the filed word there, this is quite a wet ink pad, and so it's bleeding because I'm putting it onto this paper, which is, you know, very, very old, and it's soaking up into this old paper and giving that look. And I really like that because it's really giving that sort of more of an authentic aged look to it, I think. So I might keep going with that. I'm getting a little collection here. Now these are the tickets that I'm using. So they are just the standard tickets that you can get. I've got, I actually sell these in my Etsy shop actually. I don't know if I've got any up at the moment, but I've got a whole roll. I wanted some for myself, which is what I normally do, and of course when you buy things you tend to get more than what you can use, and so I just put them up into my shop. I'm definitely going to use some more of this paper. This is the stuff that I'm using from an old German book that's causing that bleeding to happen, but I want to get it covered, all of it. Let's see what else we've got here. That's from the same book actually. Maybe I can use this piece that I've just been stamping on. Yeah, I might stick this down now. Which side? Possibly this side. So I'll do a row of 3 so that we get some variety, and I just don't have single tickets. It means I can also use some longer strips. Straighten that up a bit. The tickets themselves are not terribly thick, which I guess in one way is good because it means they're not going to bulk up the journal too much. So I could put them onto something in my journal, or I could just use them in the journal. I'm not sure how I'm going to use them yet. You'll probably see them popping up when I do use them though. Yes, I've got this project in mind, so I've got some stuff out, and I might do some of it today actually, where I've just started to pull together all these things that I've got in my drawers. So I'll give you an example. I've got my grandmother's watch. I've also got my grandfather's watch. I think that one might be a little bit too big and heavy. It doesn't work anymore. But I thought that because it's only light, it's one of those little ladies' watches, I could sew it on to the fabric, and that would, I think, work and still be able to roll up. I'm just kind of thinking out loud here as to how I'm going to do that. I will keep this little bit too. If I don't use it today, it'll go into my box here. That looks quite cute. Yeah. I don't know if I'm allowed to ink them. I'm dying to ink these edges. I don't know. Oh well, I'm going to do it anyway. Nat might come back and say, no, you're not allowed to ink the edges, but I think they look better if they're inked, even if I'm laying things over them. Look at that. Wonderful. Probably haven't met the challenge by doing that, but it's much nicer. I'll just pop back and ink these as well. So that's going to be my next project. Although I do have a couple of others coming up, because I don't know if you realise this, but I do my videos and then I edit them and put them up, so they're never normally up the day I actually make them. That allows me to make sure I've edited out, you know, any background noise as much as I can, or anything like that where I might have just, you know, had a bit of a brain meltdown and not realised what I've done. Does that look all right there? Not really. It's a bit busy, isn't it? A bit busy for the background. Okay, let's cut this out, or tear this, I should say. This is a little piece from the bottom of a book, kids book, this one. It says, I'm sure you've noticed how much we both love strawberries. I don't know why it says that, but that's what it says. So if I put that up here, I'll have that on the page. Bit of an angle, yeah, definitely. Put the glue on the correct side though. And put this here. Okay. I'm definitely going to keep that 276 there. Don't know if I like that raggedy bottom edge and the straight top edge, but it is what it is, so I'll have to keep on moving on. I might cover it up with something actually. Maybe this piece I was going to use before. That's a bit too big, that piece. I don't think I need any more words on there. I'm just going to run with that for now. So what I'll do is I'll do some stamping. I think that might help. These are lovely stamps. These are, I think they're reasonably new, these Tim Holtz stamps, but I just love them. They've just got the cutest little things on them. That says orders attended to day or night. And probably I'll do something else, maybe a number. Number might look good. Let's see. $785, and then what else do I need? Probably something. Got this little butterfly. I think I might try it and see if it's going to fit all right. Let's just try it first. I'll get something there. Yep. That's not much. It's only a little tiny thing. But I think that's fine. And now I need some buttons. I need some different coloured buttons, don't I? Got a lot of cream buttons. Because these are just the, you know, the little ones that come off the shirts and things like that. They're not terribly special. So I wanted 3 maybe. That's not different enough. It's blending in too much. 1, 2, 3. Maybe like that. I'm just going to ink this edge a little bit, make that a little bit grungy because it's a little bit too bright white at the moment. And yes, I should have done that before I started, but you know, I never have a plan, as you know, so sometimes you've got to go back and do things differently because you don't have a plan. If I had a plan, diagram like some people I know do, then I'd be fine, but since I don't, not happening. Alright, let's just put these buttons down. 3 dots, 3 buttons, let's see. I suppose I could overlap these, couldn't I? And have both of them. Yep, okay. I could get up and get some paper that's long enough, but I couldn't be bothered. I'm quite enjoying sitting here playing, so I don't really want to get up and change it. And let's see, we'll put this on probably the 2/3. Could actually punch these out with my crocodile. I think it would be almost the right size, but I'll just hand cut them like that for now. And then this one's got to go on here. Just push that under there so I get this one overlapping. Yep. That's what I want. Ink the edges of this one, I think, before I stick it on, because it's a bit bland. Put this just off the ticket again. That's a much nicer look when you do that than putting everything on the inside. I might just put one up here too, just on that edge, like that. What other stamps can I put on? I actually think that might be enough in terms of stamps. I wonder if I can use some of these little black buttons. There's this one. I think that's enough on that one. Things don't have to be super complicated and, you know, overworked, in my opinion. You can just do something that's, you know, not quite as like that. I think you might get a better finish on it. So this one, I will do the double one with this one. Move those buttons. And again, I'll use the bottom of this page. So if you want to do this challenge or any challenges, then please just go to the Facebook group, Paper Possibilities Crazy Crafters, which is run by Nat Williams. It's a bit of a mouthful. And you will see there that there are challenges every month. There are several challenges that you do just because you want to do. We do offer a small prize for somebody during, you know, at the end of the month, but it's more about participation. And if you don't have the right things to join in, then don't worry, because, you know, it doesn't matter. It's not about having the correct supplies, it's about joining in. So please do, if you feel like you would like to join us. We're only a small group, or Nat's group. I'm one of the admins, but we're only a small group, but we have a lot of fun. I set a challenge every second month. Nat sets one every month. We've also got SUSANNA EASDALE. She sets one. And then we've got JANETTE Dawkins, who is CRAFTYDAWKS, and she sets one as well. I'll put a link to the group, and also I will put links to Nat's channel, Susanna's channel and Janette's channel in the description below. So if you'd like to go and look at what they're doing, please feel free. What are we going to use this time? I think that one's a bit too many words. I've already got indenture, which I pulled off one of the vintage typewriter textbook pages that I've got. And I'd like to use that, but now of course I've got that word there. I should have thought of that before. I'll use this little one. Let's see, put this up here. And then I will put, what else have we got here? There's this big one which I could put here. I might try that. I haven't really used this one very much, I don't think. But if I hang it off the edge here, that's good. Looks good actually, yeah. And I want to put a little button, maybe down the bottom. No, no, too big. Let's try a little one. I'll switch back to the cream. Oh, what about this little yellow one? Oh, that's cute. Put that down. Now if you don't like the glue in the buttons, you can just get it out with your pokey tool, either now or later, or you can be a bit more careful than what I am. That's lovely. I'm super chuffed with how that's turned out. I want to use one of the biggest stamps, so I'm going to do another big one like this, and then I can use one of the biggest stamps with it. I think this challenge closes at the 31st of August. You don't have to do it as part of the challenge. You could just participate or do it because you like the idea. But if you want to, you can still share your results even if you miss the deadline. As I said, it's really not about so much about, you know, being in part of the competition. It's more about just participating and giving ideas and things for people to do. I'm loving this idea, Nat, so thank you. Now, I'd really like to get this bend. I tried in the last one to get that bend working really well and it didn't quite work. But what I'll do this time is I'll fold that and then I'll ink down that centre, which is what I should have done last time, because then you get that authentic looking bend. You can see the difference. This one's not done like that, this one is. Now before I do anything, I'm going to get that stamp out, which is this little bird stamp, because that's going to fit on there nicely. So first of all, what I might do is put some paper down underneath. Let's see. Maybe a bit of this, like maybe a bit of that. What do you think? Maybe a bit of that up here actually. Yeah, I don't want to cover that crease because I like how I've done that crease now. And a bit there too. No. No, I'm going to do that stamp first. And I will hang it off the page a little bit. And I need something up the top there, definitely, don't I? but I think it now still needs something else. I'll ink it and then I'll see. Yep, it definitely needs something else on here. I need a stamp or something, but I don't want to do a number stamp because I've already got a number stamp there. What other stamps have I got? I think this little teeny tiny one would be good. It says figure 1, figure 2. And then over the top of this I'll do a stamp as well. I might go back to that circle one that I had before. Round one, sorry. Circle, round. And just do a half. There you go. I need a button too, don't I? That's right. Where am I going to put a button? A black button. Yep. Okay, I think I'll stop there now. I've been stamping away and creating little tickets. Let's have a final look at them. Just pull them in. Here you go. So I've got 2 long ones, 2 short ones and 2 of those. I didn't mean to do 2 of each, but there. That's what I've done. And they're just gorgeous. So thank you for the challenge, Nat. I really enjoyed that, and I really like to do things that are challenges because it pushes me into avenues that I maybe hadn't thought of myself, which is always great, I think, to push yourself into new avenues. And I might make some more because they're just adorable. But for now, I'm going to say that I'm done for this particular one, and I'll move on to another challenge. I've got a couple sitting in my list that are due at the end of August, so I better get working. So thanks very much for watching, everyone. This is Deborah. Cheers.